Ahoy there, trader, and welcome to the truth about swing trading stocks. So let me ask you a question. Do you want to be short-term lucky or long-term successful in swing trading stocks? Are you buying lottery tickets? Or are you applying a consistent strategic-like strategy for long-term success? So think about this for a moment. Every strategy, no matter how bizarre, will work some of the time, even if it's by pure luck. However, there is a trick to being long-term successful in any business, and especially the stock market. So what we're going to do today is we're going to look back on a 27-year career of swing trading and see what it really takes to be long-term successful in the stock market. So my name's Phil Newton, and I've coached thousands of students with my programs, and I've personally mentored 756 traders from retail all the way through to hedge fund owners, banks and institutions. I love a good read with a coffee, and I'm not a Wall Street guru. I'm just a regular guy who found his success and wants to help you see your successes. So from here on out, I'm going to be your personal swing trading mentor, and every week I'm going to give you the no BS insider info on how to find and profit from swing trading stocks, create wealth, and live your best life. You see, I've cracked the code, and it's easy to replicate because it gets results. My students see success, I see success, everyone's happy, and it just works. It gives both myself and my students time freedom and financial freedom. So again, we're going to explore the truth about swing trading stocks and what it really takes to be long-term successful. Before we dive in, I want to state that everything works some of the time and nothing works all of the time. So I've got to preface all of my comments by saying I'm assuming that you have access to a proven strategy or a proven system. I refer to what I do as a production line. It's the smartest way that I've found to swing trade stocks. It includes a mechanical scan process so that I'm not wasting time looking at things that don't make sense. I've got a visual confirmation hack, so I'm looking to see if the opportunity that I'm looking at meets one of the blueprints that I'm looking to trade. And then I have a process, a framework for the trade management. Where am I entering? Where am I exiting? Where are my stops? Where are my targets? And then the management of actually executing those decisions. And this means for me, it's a repeatable process. I can get the results that I want when I want. And because it's a repeatable process, my students get results as well. So now we can dive in. So the first thing for long-term success is, of course, you want a proven trading system. It's worth mentioning twice because this is going to give you at the very least a benchmark that you can use to track and compare what you're doing with what you're expecting from your trading system. And that leads us on to the next step, is you need to monitor your performance so that you can track and benchmark and see if your performance is up to muster. If you're underperforming your strategy, your mechanical version of your strategy, then that's kind of important to know so that you can make course corrections. Maybe you need to take a break. There could be some reason why that's not happening for you. Again, I refer to what I do as a production line. It involves a mechanical scan, a visual confirmation, and then we're on to the trade framework to manage and execute that plan that we've done. So of course, we want to be able to manage the risk. And you hear it frequently in terms of 1% or a percentage of your portfolio. I would take it one step further. Always be in business tomorrow. The textbooks usually suggest, say 1% of your account equity per trade. I would say to you, think about what your number is, because your practical ability to allocate risk on a trade is usually very different from your current state, your emotional bank balance. And it takes some time initially when you start trading to bring your emotional bank balance up to your practical bank balance. And you never want to bet the farm either. You always want to be in business tomorrow, regardless of the outcome of the previous trade. Now, by doing this, and managing the risk, as a byproduct, you will manage the mindset. So trading small facilitates the ability to control the emotions, the fear, the hope, the greed, and all the myriads of other emotional experiences that you will have had when you trade a live account. So let me say it again, the ability to place the next trade is more important than the outcome of the last trade. And trading small facilitates this. So reduce your position size. It reduces the mind chatter that we have. Is this the right trade? Have I done the right thing? And all those the little voices that we hear when we place trade, the emotional impact of trading. So it's never going to go away, but we can reduce that mind chatter. And the quickest way to do this in conjunction with several of the other elements that we've mentioned is to reduce your position size. Most people trade with far too big a position size. Now, when we do this, it allows us to trade frequently. And this is really counterintuitive. I usually get a lot of pushback from all my traders, but when they break through and they realize what we're doing here, our objective is to be consistent. We need to trade with the frequency that the strategy sets up, because that's what we've looked at with the benchmarking, the performance, the back testing of any strategy. We can't cherry pick what the best trade may be because no one knows what's going to happen tomorrow. The only thing that I do know is that on average, around 63-64% of the time, I'm making money. So I need to be able to put the trade on when it sets up because I don't know which trade's going to work out. So I need to trade with the frequency that my strategy sets up. If that gives me one trade a day, then I'm going to place one trade a day or one trade a week or one trade a month with the frequency that my strategy sets up. I also think of this like a dial on my production line. I can speed things up and slow things down depending on how I'm feeling that day, that week, that month. If I want to be a little bit more adventurous, I can turn the dial and speed things up, or I can slow things down. And similarly and related to this is we don't want to try and trade everything. There's 28,000 or so stocks on the US stock market alone. And if you try and look at everything, trade everything, be everything, you will go crazy and you will blow your account up. I've seen and heard far too many nightmare stories of people who are trying to do everything all of the time. And it's impossible to do. So stay in your lane. I swing trade stocks that last from 20 to 30 days. I'm not trying to swing trade everything. I'm not trading penny stocks or pump and dumps or low floats or all the other styles of trading. I want to trade liquid stocks that provide regular swings in the market, both up and down. And at the moment, at the time I record this, I've just got my top 50 stocks. I'm trading the stocks that make the most sense to me, that have proven themselves historically with data. They swing back and forth and give me a lifestyle that I'm attracted to. And if I want to speed things up, I can look at a few more stocks. Again, my entire universe is about 350 stocks, so I can find 3 or 4 things to trade every day out of that list of stocks that I've curated. They're great for my style of trading. They give me the results that I'm expecting, that I want. So you can speed things up or slow things down relative to your situation, but use a strategy that makes sense on a list of stocks that it makes sense to trade. Again, I'm not trading low floats, I'm not trading penny stocks, I'm not trading lottery ticket trades, because those lottery ticket trades, they don't happen every day. So I'm trying to find opportunities that happen every single day, every single week, regular as clockwork. Again, I keep referring to what I do as a production line intentionally. It's mechanically scan and assess for those setups on my top 50 stocks, for example. I want to visually confirm that they're presenting in the way that I expect, that they match the blueprint that I want to trade. And then I'm going to look for my entries, my exits, my stops and targets, and go and execute my trading plan. And if I'm doing this right, this takes minimal time to trade. So if you find yourself zombie trading, then you're doing it wrong. I did this very early on in my trade career. I spent 12 years as a day trader, and I would be monitoring every uptick and downtick in the markets. And very quickly, I realized that, hey, this is a bad way. This is bad for my health. It's bad for my back. I'm just literally flicking through chart after chart after chart, aimlessly looking for a very stock market equivalent of where's Wally? Where's the next trade? And if I'm ever asking myself, where's the trade, and flicking through chart after chart after chart, I'm doing it wrong. I want to be able to go, there's the trade. And that's what my production line gives me. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Has it done what I'm expecting it to do? Yes, place the trade. It should be that simple. It should be minimal time at the desk. I should never wonder what I'm doing. And if you're wondering what you're doing, then get some more definition on what you're looking for. You're only doing that because you've not got clarity on what you're expecting to find. I know exactly what I'm looking for on a universe of stocks that makes perfect sense to me, and I can basically click, and pick and place my trade and then go about doing something else. So it allows me to have fun and do the things that I enjoy doing. And this kind of leads on to, I suppose, the non-trading related things that have contributed to almost 3 decades of successfully trading the markets. A big part of this is to have fun. I like to enjoy myself. I like to laugh. I like to joke, but I want to have my fun. I don't want to sit on a beach. I'm not promising the laptop lifestyle. I just want to do things that I enjoy. So what do you enjoy? And make that a part of your daily and weekly routine. I also like to meditate. I'm looking for a stress-free life, and given my career choice, there can be stresses from the markets, where we get instant feedback with our trade ideas, our trade decisions. It's either working or not working. So we want to be able to manage the mind and manage the emotions. I use something called Binary Beats from Centerpoint. I'm not affiliated with them. They're just a company. I've been using them for nearly 20 years now. I really like the Binary Beats that they provide. The other thing that we need to do is to exercise. Again, sitting at a computer, having a desk job it's not healthy long term. So make sure that you're getting your 10,000 steps in 2 or 3 times a week. I like to exercise daily. I'm very fortunate, got the luxury of being able to do what I want to do whenever I want to do. So a big part of my daily routine is to go and exercise. A part of that is eating healthy, eating right, have everything in moderation. And again, just have fun. Have fun in life. If you're doing something that you're not enjoying, you've got to ask why you're doing it. To bring it back to a trading context, if you've not got time to day trade, or you're not enjoying day trading, then why are you doing it? You can't fit a square peg into a round hole. So we want to try and do things that make sense. I like to swing trade. I want to get paid at the end of the week, at the end of the month. I don't want to be sat there flicking through chart after chart doing it all day, every day. So the way that I trade flavors how I want to live my life. And to a certain extent, I've become a stay-at-home tourist at the moment because I'm doing things that I enjoy doing. And the way that I get paid from the stock market, it's not all-encompassing and sucking all my time. I get to go and enjoy my local area. We've got very blessed with 2 cathedrals in Liverpool. I like doing a little bit of an urban ramble. We have a lot of filming in Liverpool in the UK. You've probably seen these buildings in some of the Sherlock Holmes either TV series or movies. We've got the home of the Beatles, Matthew Street, which is where this is famed with the Beatles. Batman was also recently filmed in Liverpool. My photo's on the left, and we can see the movie shot in the centre and on the right. I like going to the zoo and seeing nature. I've got some amazing photos. We go for wander around our local canals. We've got Liverpool. Again, you will have definitely seen the one on the left there in the Sherlock Holmes movies. There was a lot of filming done here. I get to, again, do what I want to do whenever I want to do it. And it's all possible because I've planned for it. I plan free time. I plan my leisure time. I want to make sure that I've got a couple of hours at least in the week, but usually most days, where I can do whatever I want to do. I enjoy a good read with a coffee, and that's part of my daily routine, to have some downtime. So 27 years later, looking back on a long career, these are all things that have contributed to a long, successful career. And this is my truth about swing trading stocks. This is how I've been able to do it and why I've been able to do it for a long, long time. A big part of this is what I call production line trading. It's the smartest way I've discovered to swing trade stocks. The first step of this is to have a mechanical scan. This is the secret that I mentioned that prevents us from zombie trading. I'm not flicking through every chart every day all of the time. I've got a small universe of stocks, and I can quite literally cast my eye down a watch list. Just like in a spreadsheet, I can rank and sort, and I can basically just find the top 3 or 4 stocks that make sense for me to look at today or this week. And then I can move on to, are they setting up the trade that I'm expecting, a visual confirmation? I'm looking to see if it's met the criteria that I'm looking for. And then I can go and plan the trade. It's either going to time out, target out, or exit out. It goes up, down, or sideways. Where's my entry? Where's my stop loss? Where's my targets? And then go and execute that plan. And as I keep saying, this is why 27 years later, I'm having this conversation with you right now, because production line trading gives me time freedom. It gives me financial freedom. And it's because I've got a trading plan. I trade small and I trade frequently. And all I mean by frequently, I just want to underscore that. I don't want to be confused with kind of like treating it like Nintendo. I'm trading with the frequency that my trading plan sets up with small position size. And again, as I mentioned earlier, it's very counterintuitive. But what you'll find is when you've got a portfolio of positions that make sense relative to your strategy, your stress levels, your anxiety levels come dramatically down. And it's wonderful to see with all my trading students, when they eventually get that and the penny drops and they have a portfolio, you're not worrying about one trade and hoping that it's going to work out. You're managing your business of trading. And when those stress levels and anxiety levels go down, you can start to have fun away from trading. You can start to do the things that you want to do because you're good at trading, because you're good at profiting from the markets. You can start to enjoy yourself, like what I'm trying to explain to you. So if you want some personal help and you want to learn how to swing trade stocks in the smartest possible way, then I do offer mentorship programs. You will learn the mechanical scan, the visual confirmation hacks, and my profitable trade framework. It's an all-inclusive mentorship program, which I call production line trading. You're going to be able to learn this in the next 7 days, usually in under an hour a day. And eventually you'll be able to get where I am. You can take as little as 10 to 20 minutes each day if you want, or every other day. And if you want to speed things up, you can do. I've got 1 or 2 students who have many dozens of positions open at any one time. Or if you want to slow things down, you can do as well. The choice is yours. That's that dial that I mentioned earlier. You'll be able to focus on the best stocks and the best patterns to trade that is proven and driven by data and real trading results. You'll learn my TTE trade management system, which is the real secret to any success, is the management. My average return on capital is very stable at 85.76% return on capital. I typically use stock options. It's not essential, but it just allows me to see a return on the capital that I use for every trade in very high numbers, as you can see there. Now, once you've mastered the strategy, you can spend as little as 20 minutes increasing your results over the next 90 days. And you'll build your trade confidence so that you can transition into the best possible trader that you can be. My promise to everyone is that you will never zombie trade again. You will not be spending hours flicking through chart after chart after chart. You can just zero in on the most important stocks today and then go and be about the rest of your day. You'll never stress over which way the markets are going, either up or down. In fact, you'll get even more confidence because you'll be profiting in both directions. If they swing up, you'll profit. If they swing down, you should profit as well. You won't be reading boring company reports or trying to divine some sort of value. I'm not investing. I am just simply profiting from the swings in the stock. The swings, they last, as I mentioned, usually 20 to 30 days, potentially up to 90 days, and it works in any market condition. So my only question is, are you next? And if you want to be next, all you need to do is go to productionlinetrading.com and check out a very short information page and see if it's right for you. If it makes sense, you can fill out some details and you can arrange a time for us to talk and we can see if what we do is right for you. And if it is, we can look at working together. And if it's not, I'll always point you off in the right direction. So just simply go to productionlinetrading.com. That's all one word, productionlinetrading.com. And let's see if what we do is right for you.